English Naturally podcast with Sarah and Michael.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Naturally. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Michael. Thanks so much for joining us today.
We're so excited about today's episode because we're going to talk about something that literally everyone discusses every single day, the weather.
That's right. And you know what they say, if you ever run out of things to talk about with someone, just bring up the weather. It's the universal conversation starter.
Exactly. It's actually a really important skill in English. Weather small talk is how we break the ice, fill awkward silences, and connect with people. And today, we're going to make sure you can do it naturally and confidently.
We've got a fantastic scenario for you today. It's called The Unexpected Downpour, and it features two colleagues, Alex and Ben, who get caught off guard by sudden rain.
Before we dive into the conversation, let me just say, if you're listening to this on a rainy day, you're in the perfect mood. And if it's sunny where you are, well, use your imagination.
And speaking of imagination, Sarah, did you hear about the guy who got hit by a can of soda during a storm?
Oh no, here we go. What happened to him, Michael?
He was lucky. It was just a soft drink.
That was terrible. But okay, I'll give you that one. All right, everyone, let's set the scene for today's conversation.
So here's the situation. Alex and Ben are colleagues. They've just finished work for the day, and they're walking out of their office building together.
It's about 5:30 in the evening. When they arrived at work that morning, the weather was absolutely beautiful. Sunny, clear skies, perfect temperature.
But now, as they walk through those office doors, they get a huge surprise. It's absolutely pouring rain. We're talking heavy, heavy rain.
And of course, neither of them brought an umbrella because the forecast didn't mention anything about rain.
Classic situation, right? I think we've all been there.
Definitely. So they're standing under the building's awning. That's the little roof that sticks out over the entrance, trying to figure out what to do.
Should they wait? Should they make a run for it? Should they call a taxi? Let's listen to their conversation and find out.
Wow, look at it come down. Where did all this rain come from? I know, right? I can't believe this weather. It was beautiful this morning. Tell me about it. I'm completely unprepared. I didn't even bring an umbrella.
Me neither. The forecast didn't say anything about rain. I checked it this morning and it said sunny all day.
Typical. You can never trust the forecast. It's really pouring out there. How are you getting home?
I usually walk to the subway, but I'm not going out in this. I think I'll wait it out for a bit.
Good idea. I heard it's supposed to clear up this evening. Maybe it'll pass quickly?
Yeah, I hope so. I've got dinner plans at 7, and I really don't want to show up looking like a drowned rat.
I know what you mean. At least it's not as humid as yesterday. That was unbearable.
Oh, absolutely. It was so humid yesterday, I felt like I was walking through soup. Today was actually nice. There was a nice breeze this afternoon.
Yeah, it was gorgeous earlier. Not a cloud in the sky around lunchtime, then suddenly this.
I swear the weather in the city is so unpredictable. Last week, it was a real scorcher on Tuesday, remember? Then Wednesday was so overcast and gray.
True. And they're calling for thunderstorms all weekend, apparently.
Are they really? Great. There go my plans for a picnic on Saturday.
Sorry to hear that. Though to be honest, this is perfect weather for staying inside and watching a movie.
You've got a point there. I might just do that instead. Hey, is it just me or is it starting to let up a little?
Oh, you're right. It does look like it's getting lighter. It was a real downpour a few minutes ago, but now it's more like just steady rain.
Yeah, it's not as heavy. I checked the weather app while we were standing here, and it looks like this will pass in about an hour.
An hour? I don't know if I want to wait that long.
What are you thinking? Should we just make a run for it?
I'm considering it. My car is only about 2 blocks away. I'll definitely get wet, but it's not like I'll melt, right?
Right. And honestly, it's not even that chilly today. If this was winter rain, that would be a different story.
True. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for it. Are you staying?
I think I'll grab a coffee from the cafe downstairs and wait another 20 minutes. If it's still like this, I'll just call a ride share.
Smart plan. Well, wish me luck.
Good luck. Try not to get too soaked. Oh, and if you see anyone selling umbrellas on the street, send them my way.
Will do. See you tomorrow, Ben.
See you, Alex. Stay dry.
All right, so that was our conversation. Now let's break it down and really dig into all the useful phrases and expressions Alex and Ben used.
This is where the magic happens, folks. We're going to explain not just what these phrases mean, but when and how to use them naturally.
Exactly. And remember, the goal isn't just to understand English, it's to speak it naturally like a native speaker would.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning. Alex walks outside and immediately says, "Wow, look at it come down."
This is such a natural expression. Look at it come down is specifically used for rain. It means the rain is falling heavily and fast.
Right, you're not talking about the rain being there, you're talking about the action of it falling. Coming down gives this sense of movement and intensity.
And notice that Alex says this with real surprise and energy. Wow. That's the emotional reaction that makes the phrase work.
You could also say, "Look at it pour," or "Look at that rain," but "look at it come down" is especially common and natural.
Then Alex follows up with, where did all this rain come from?
Now, this is interesting because it's actually a rhetorical question.
What's a rhetorical question for those who might not know?
Great question. A rhetorical question is a question that you're not really expecting an answer to. You're asking it to express surprise, confusion, or to make a point.
Exactly. Alex doesn't actually want Ben to explain the meteorology of rain formation. He's just expressing his shock that it's raining when it was sunny before.
You can use "where did this weather come from" with other weather too. "Where did all this snow come from?" Or "where did these dark clouds come from?"
Then Ben responds with, I know, right? I can't believe this weather. It was beautiful this morning.
"I know, right?" is one of the most common agreement phrases in modern English. It's casual and friendly.
And then he adds, I can't believe this weather. That's another way to express surprise. You're saying the weather is so unexpected that it's hard to accept as real.
And notice how Ben compares it to the morning. "It was beautiful this morning." This is super common in weather talk, comparing different times of day.
When you say it was beautiful, you're talking about nice weather. You could also say it was gorgeous, it was lovely, or it was perfect.
So after expressing surprise, what do people usually talk about next?
They talk about whether they're prepared. And in this case, both Alex and Ben are not prepared at all.
Alex says, "Tell me about it. I'm completely unprepared."
Okay, tell me about it is a fantastic idiom. New English learners, write this one down.
It sounds like you're asking someone to tell you more information, but that's not what it means at all.
Right. Tell me about it is actually a way to say I completely agree with you or I have the same experience. It shows strong agreement, usually with a complaint or frustration.
So when Ben complains about the rain, Alex says, "Tell me about it," meaning, "Yes, I feel the same way. This is frustrating for me too."
It's empathy through agreement. And then Alex adds, I'm completely unprepared. I didn't even bring an umbrella.
Completely unprepared means you have nothing you need for the situation. No umbrella, no raincoat, nothing.
And the phrase, I didn't even bring, emphasizes that you don't have something basic that you should have brought.
Ben responds the same way. "Me neither." That's a quick way to say, "I also didn't bring an umbrella."
Then Ben says something really important and very relatable. The forecast didn't say anything about rain.
Aha! Now we're talking about the forecast, the weather prediction. This is a huge part of weather conversations.
So the forecast is the weather prediction. You can also say the weather forecast.
And notice Ben says the forecast didn't say anything about rain. You can use this structure for any weather. The forecast didn't say anything about snow, or the forecast didn't mention thunderstorms.
Ben also says, I checked it this morning and it said sunny all day.
I checked it means I looked at the forecast. You check the forecast, check the weather app, or check what the weather will be.
And when you say it said sunny all day, the it refers to the forecast. The forecast predicted sun all day long.
Then Alex says something very British and very relatable. Typical. You can never trust the forecasts.
This is such a common sentiment. People love to complain that the forecast is unreliable.
You can never trust means it's not reliable. And typical here means this is exactly what I expected in a negative, slightly cynical way.
Later in the conversation, Alex says, I heard it's supposed to clear up this evening.
Okay, this is huge. It's supposed to do something is one of the most common ways to talk about the forecast.
When you say it's supposed to clear up, you're saying that according to the forecast or what you heard, the weather will get better.
Clear up specifically means the clouds or rain will go away and it will become sunny or dry.
You could also say it's supposed to rain later or it's supposed to be hot tomorrow.
Ben also uses another common phrase. They're calling for thunderstorms all weekend.
They're calling for is another way to talk about what the forecast predicts. They means the weather forecasters or meteorologists.
So they're calling for thunderstorms means the forecast says there will be thunderstorms.
You can use this with any weather. They're calling for snow or they're calling for clear skies.
Now let's talk about how Alex and Ben describe the rain, because there were some great expressions here.
Alex says, it's really pouring out there.
It's pouring, or it's pouring down, means it's raining very heavily. This is super common.
You might also hear it's pouring rain or just it's pouring. All of these mean heavy rain.
There's even a children's song. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring.
Yes. You see, this is deeply embedded in English culture.
Later, Ben says, is it starting to let up a little?
Let up means to become lighter or less intense. So the rain is letting up means the rain is getting lighter.
You can use this with other things too, like the storm is letting up or the snow is letting up.
And Alex responds, it was a real downpour a few minutes ago.
A downpour is a noun that means very heavy rain. You can say it's a downpour or a real downpour. Then Alex says, but now it's more like just steady rain. Steady rain means continuous, moderate rain. Not super heavy, not light, just consistent rain. You could also say it's just drizzling for very light rain, or it's spitting, which is even lighter than drizzling. Though we should mention spitting is more common in British English. Americans might say sprinkling instead.
Alex and Ben don't just talk about the rain. They also compare it to other recent weather. This is really natural.
Right. Alex says, at least it's not as humid as yesterday. That was unbearable.
Humid is when the air feels wet and sticky, usually because there's a lot of moisture in it.
And unbearable means extremely difficult to deal with, so difficult you almost can't bear it or tolerate it.
Ben agrees enthusiastically. Oh, absolutely. It was so humid yesterday. I felt like I was walking through soup.
Walking through soup. What a great image. This is an informal, creative way to describe extreme humidity.
It means the air was so thick and heavy with moisture that moving through it felt difficult, like walking through a thick liquid. Ben also says there was a nice breeze this afternoon. A breeze is a light, gentle wind. If you say there's a nice breeze, it means the wind is pleasant and refreshing, not too strong.
Earlier in the conversation, Alex mentioned the earlier weather, not a cloud in the sky around lunchtime.
This is a beautiful expression. Not a cloud in the sky means the sky was completely clear and blue, perfect weather.
Alex also says it was gorgeous earlier.
Gorgeous is a strong positive word for beautiful. When talking about weather, it means absolutely beautiful, perfect weather.
Ben uses another great expression, last week it was a real scorcher on Tuesday.
Scorcher is an informal, fun word for an extremely hot day. It comes from the word scorch, which means to burn. So if you say, it's a scorcher today, you're saying it's really, really hot, maybe uncomfortably hot, but in a playful way. Then Ben mentions, Wednesday was so overcast and gray. Overcast means the sky is completely covered with clouds, no sun visible at all. Gray is the color, but when we talk about weather being gray, it means dull, cloudy, and usually a bit depressing. You might also hear someone say, it's such a gray day, to describe gloomy, cloudy weather. Throughout the conversation, Alex and Ben use lots of phrases to show they agree with each other or react to what the other person says. This is so important for making conversations feel natural and flowing. At the beginning, when Alex expresses surprise, Ben says, I know, right? We talked about this earlier. It's a casual, friendly way to strongly agree. Then Alex says, tell me about it, another strong agreement phrase. When Alex says he hopes the rain will clear up, Ben responds with, yeah, I hope so. I hope so is a way to agree with someone's hope or wish. If someone says, maybe it'll stop raining and you want the rain to stop too, you say, I hope so. The opposite would be, I hope not, if you don't want something to happen. Ben also says, you've got a point there, when Alex mentions that rain is good weather for watching movies. You've got a point means what you said is true and makes sense. It's acknowledging that someone made a good observation. And earlier, Ben says, you can say that again, after Alex says you can't trust the forecast. This is an idiom that means I completely agree. It sounds like you're asking someone to repeat themselves, but you're actually just emphasizing your agreement. Though, be careful, don't actually say it again. Right. If someone says you can say that again, don't literally repeat what you just said. Now here's where weather conversation becomes really practical. When people discuss what they're going to do because of the weather.
Right. The weather isn't just small talk. It affects our plans and decisions.
Ben says, I'm not going out in this. I think I'll wait it out.
I'm not going out in this means I'm not going outside in this weather. The this refers to the rain.
And wait it out means to wait until something ends or passes. It's a phrasal verb.
You can wait out a storm, wait out traffic, or wait out any difficult situation. It means to patiently wait until the problem goes away.
Alex considers a different approach. Should we just make a run for it?
Make a run for it is a great phrase. It means to quickly move toward your destination, accepting that you'll face some difficulty or danger.
In this case, the danger is getting wet. It means, should we just run quickly to wherever we're going, even though we'll get rained on?
You could also use this phrase in other situations, like, the movie's about to start, let's make a run for it. Meaning, let's run quickly to get there on time.
Alex also says, this is perfect weather for staying inside and watching a movie.
This structure is really useful. This is perfect weather for activity.
You could say, this is perfect weather for a picnic. This is perfect weather for skiing. Or, this is perfect weather for staying in bed.
Ben suggests, let's grab a coffee inside and see if it stops.
Grab a coffee is informal for get a coffee quickly. You grab something when you get it quickly and casually.
And see if it stops means wait and find out if the rain will stop. It's making a decision based on what the weather does.
Let's talk about how Alex and Ben discuss the temperature and how the weather feels.
Alex says, it's not even that chilly today.
Chilly means slightly cold, not freezing, but cold enough that you might want a jacket or sweater.
It's a softer word than cold. Cold is more intense. Chilly is milder. You might say, it's a bit chilly this morning, or there's a chilly wind.
Ben mentions, if this was winter rain, that would be a different story.
That would be a different story means that would be a completely different situation.
He's saying that rain in winter is much more unpleasant than rain on a warm day because winter rain is cold and miserable.
Something I love about this conversation is how Ben mentions his dinner plans.
Right. He says, I've got dinner plans at 7 and I really don't want to show up looking like a drowned rat.
A drowned rat is such a funny, vivid expression. If you look like a drowned rat, it means you're completely soaking wet. Your hair is wet, your clothes are dripping. You look terrible.
It's humorous and self-deprecating. You're comparing yourself to a rat that fell into water.
And notice the structure. I don't want to show up looking like. This is how you express concern about your appearance when you arrive somewhere.
Ben also mentions his picnic plans. There go my plans for a picnic on Saturday.
There go my plans is a way to express that your plans are ruined or canceled. It's slightly resigned. You're accepting that something won't happen. You could say, there goes my weekend, or there go my vacation plans.
One last thing I want to mention, weather conversations are often filled with humor and personality.
Absolutely. Even though we're just talking about rain, Alex and Ben's personalities come through.
Ben makes a joke at the end. If you see anyone selling umbrellas on the street, send them my way. This is light humor. He's joking about the situation while also expressing that he wishes he had an umbrella.
This kind of humor makes conversations more enjoyable and helps build rapport with the person you're talking to.
And Alex says, I'll definitely get wet, but it's not like I'll melt, right? It's not like I'll melt is humorous because you're comparing yourself to something that melts in water, like sugar or the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. It's a way of saying getting wet isn't the end of the world, or I'll survive.
So even though weather talk might seem boring or simple, it's actually a chance to show your personality and connect with others. Okay, Michael, let's give our listeners some practical tips for using these phrases in real life.
Great idea. Here's my first tip. Don't memorize every phrase. Instead, pick 3 to 5 favorites and practice those until they feel natural.
Excellent advice. My tip is listen to how native speakers talk about weather in movies, TV shows, or podcasts, like this one. Pay attention to the rhythm and emotion they use.
Here's another one. Match your enthusiasm to the situation. If it's surprisingly bad weather, show surprise. If it's nice weather, sound happy. Emotion makes your English sound more natural.
And don't forget, it's okay to keep weather talk brief. You don't need to have a 10-minute conversation about clouds. Sometimes just nice day, isn't it? And yes, beautiful is enough.
Also, remember that weather talk is often just a way to be friendly. The person doesn't always care deeply about your thoughts on humidity. They're just being polite and making conversation.
But that doesn't mean it's not important. These small interactions help build relationships and make daily life more pleasant.
One more thing. Practice responding to weather comments. If someone says, terrible weather today, practice saying, I know, right? Or tell me about it. Or you can say that again. These response phrases are just as important as the initial comments.
Let's do a quick recap of some of those fantastic idioms we covered today.
Tell me about it means I completely agree, or I have the same experience.
You can say that again also means I completely agree.
Wait it out means to wait until something difficult or unpleasant ends.
Make a run for it means to move quickly toward a destination despite some difficulty.
Look like a drowned rat means to be completely soaking wet and bedraggled.
There go my plans means your plans are ruined or canceled.
You've got a point means what you said makes sense.
It's not like I'll melt is a humorous way to say I'll survive or it's not that serious.
That would be a different story, means that would be a completely different situation.
And don't forget our phrasal verbs. Clear up means to become sunny or dry, and let up means to become less intense.
Before we get to our challenge, let's talk about the culture of weather conversation in English-speaking countries.
Oh, this is important. In places like the UK, talking about weather is practically a national pastime.
It's true. British people can talk about weather for ages. It's considered a safe, neutral topic that anyone can participate in.
In the US, weather talk is common too, but maybe slightly less intense than in the UK. It's still a go-to topic for small talk with strangers or acquaintances.
In an elevator, waiting in line, at a bus stop, weather is your friend for filling that awkward silence.
And here's a cultural tip. When someone makes a comment about the weather, they're usually not looking for a meteorological explanation. They're just being friendly.
Right. If someone says, cold today, isn't it? They don't want you to explain Arctic wind patterns. Just say, yes, freezing, and maybe smile.
It's social bonding, not science class.
Also, in English-speaking cultures, complaining about bad weather is very common and acceptable.
Yes, you can bond with strangers by both agreeing that the weather is terrible. It's oddly comforting.
But here's the thing, you should also be positive about good weather. If it's a beautiful sunny day, share that happiness.
Gorgeous day, beautiful weather, perfect day for it. These phrases spread good feelings.
So there you have it, everyone. Weather talk in English is about so much more than just clouds and rain.
It's about connecting with people, showing empathy, making small talk, and navigating social situations smoothly.
And the best part is, you can practice this every single day. Every time you go outside, you have a chance to think about how you would describe that weather in English.
Is it drizzling, pouring, gorgeous, overcast, a scorcher?
Is there a nice breeze? Is it humid, chilly? And when you hear a weather forecast, practice saying, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, or they're calling for snow this weekend.
The more you practice, the more natural these phrases will feel.
And remember, making mistakes is part of learning. If you accidentally use the wrong phrase, that's okay. People will still understand you, and you'll learn from the experience.
Absolutely. English fluency isn't about perfection. It's about communication and confidence.
All right, everyone, it's time for today's challenge.
We love giving you challenges because it helps you practice and engage with what you've learned. Plus, we get to read your comments and see how you're doing.
So here's your challenge for today. Are you ready?
We want you to write a short weather conversation in the comments below. Here's the scenario.
You're at a cafe with a friend. You look out the window and notice that the weather has changed dramatically from this morning. Write a conversation between you and your friend where you, number 1, express surprise at the weather change. Number 2, compare the current weather to what it was like this morning.
Number 3, mention what the forecast said.
And number 4, suggest what you should do because of the weather. Maybe change your plans or talk about what activity would be perfect for this weather.
Your conversation should be at least 6 lines, 3 lines for each person. Try to use at least 3 phrases we taught you today.
And here's a bonus challenge for our advanced learners. Include at least one idiom, like tell me about it, you can say that again, or make a run for it.
We're going to read through the comments and pick some of our favorites to feature in a future episode.
So be creative, have fun with it, and don't worry about making it perfect. We just want to see you using these phrases in context.
And for everyone participating, use the hashtag EnglishNaturallyWeather in your comments so we can easily find it.
We can't wait to read your conversations. Remember, the goal is to practice and have fun, not to be perfect. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Michael, this was so much fun. It really was. I think weather talk is one of those things that seems simple on the surface, but there's actually so much depth to it.
Definitely. And for our listeners, remember that mastering these everyday conversations is what makes you sound fluent and natural.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode.
We post new content every week, and we're always covering practical, real-life English that you can use immediately.
And if you have suggestions for future topics, leave them in the comments. We read every single one.
Thank you so much for listening to English Naturally.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Sarah.
Until next time, keep learning naturally.
Don't forget that challenge, everyone. We want to see those weather conversations in the comments.